Hello, welcome to a podcast that hasn't happened in like 2 weeks because we were moving. Because Darkwave was stalking us, so that's why we had to move. So, I mean, he was outside the house. He was outside the house begging people for money. And we had to leave. It's like, nah.
Interesting.
Hello, people. Hello, people. How are you?
Hello. Very tired.
It's been a while. This is the last week.
Hello.
You have a YouTube channel now, Galactic. I saw.
I do, and I need to adjust things.
I know. You recently came out as homosexual on that channel?
Never happened.
I saw it. You said, guys, it's time to announce I'm a little gay now. Let me stop being dumb. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on. Holy balls. Alright, guys. Let's talk about the first thing on the agenda of our gaming topics today. It's a game that needs no introduction. Sword Art Online, Actualizing Licorice, I think it's called. I don't know the fuck that game is. Darkwave, you want to start us off with this topic?
It's a game that happened. I'm really sure what you want to know about it. I haven't beaten it.
I know.
I've beaten the tutorial, which is like the longest tutorial in the game in gaming history.
Isn't that the whole first chapter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of mixed things, so like I'm hearing that this is a good game? Question mark. And I'm also hearing that it's very long and annoying, so I don't know what to believe. I've seen nothing in the game.
I'll put it like this: from what I have played, the game is. I won't say it's a. When it works, it's fine. I would say out of the Sword Art games that we've had, from the console ones anyway, so far is probably my second favorite. I don't think nothing is better than Gun-Gi, simply because of the fact that on Gun-Gi you are your original character and you're not fucking Kirito. But when the game doesn't work, the game is trash.
Yeah, before they patched it, that game was super fucking laggy.
I mean, it still has its issues. Like the lag is still there at times, but when the combat works, combat it's okay. It's probably the best combat in the Sword Art game. I can't really count GGO because GGO is kind of a shooter, so I'm not going to say Fatal Bullet. But I like the Hollow games and the other one. It's definitely the best combat when it works. Of them all, I will say that. And you can Skyrim up mountain, so I mean, who doesn't like Skyriming up mountain? Which I just did just not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I found me another fucking bow. Can I find me a dagger, please?
Well, for me, so far I'm still in the tutorial and I'm a little bored shitless. Like I'm genuinely surprised that the one character, Kirito, is just like I'm like, first of all, everybody who knows Kirito knows he's a dual wielder. So why is he doing this? What is the point of this whole school arc? Why am I doing this?
Because it's a whole different game, sir.
But he can still dual wield. He did it multiple times.
He does it at the end.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yo.
It's because first of all, you have to watch the actual anime to know, which I have yet to do.
I'm not doing
because I don't think I can stomach. I'm going to because I've seen every other fucking SEO thing, so I might as well. Yeah. But I don't know. The thing about this game is, I will say this because we're not here to talk about the actual story of the game because we can't give a full review because obviously we haven't beaten it yet.
Yeah.
I'll just say this: the game itself is somewhat weird as far as the classes you can unlock. The weapons that you can get is fine. Like the weapons you unlock are good. You know, there's multiple weapons. You unlock dual wielding right after the tutorial, which is weird to me. But You do unlock that right after the tutorial. So if you will, Wild Fang, there you go.
Okay.
But it is a interesting game to say the. I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't say it's a bad game. I don't want to say it's bad, but at the same time, I can't say it's good. If you know what I mean. It's just one of those games. It's a game that's here. I guess a game that exists for now.
Yeah.
Maybe the online part of it will be better. I hear is probably the best part of this game because you can actually explore. So basically, you can basically play the story somewhat as if you're online, which is always a plus, you know. So in that regard, I am fine with it. But outside of that, it's a little lacking. It just needs.
I feel like
I
it needed to come out not super. Look, man, when I first started the game and tried to fight the first little boss, I was literally getting pissed off. And more pissed off to the point where now I'm far in the game, but I'm like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm getting bored. This story is dumb. And I'm like, I hope and pray to God it's not 110% following the anime. Because I'm going to go watch it.
It pretty does. Outside of Medina is an original character. The Medina,
Yeah.
she's an original character. But everything else pretty much follows the anime. You basically play the anime arc, and then after that, you're kind of just doing shit.
Okay.
At that point, like you're literally just doing shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm like. Cause like it's like when you beat the tutorial. I will say this: when you beat the tutorial, it's like everything unlocks. So it's like you unlock character creation or Kirito customization. You unlock like all the other stuff. You just beaten the game, but you didn't beat the game, which is weird. And I think I am stuck in a wall again. Oh no, I'm not. But yeah, so it's weird how it ends. Basically, it's like you end on I don't want to say a cliffhanger. But basically, once you beat the game, it's like once you beat the tutorial, it is the end of the game, and everything else is just side content that you probably not going to give a shit about, but you do it so you can level up.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to give a shit about it and just do what I needed to do. Okay.
Yeah, so we can try the multiplayer.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's gonna take me because I'm playing everything but the game constantly. Let's move on, guys. Let's talk about something very divisive. The Xbox Showcase.
That was divisive?
No, it really wasn't. It was really fucking disappointing, and people were literally shitting on it from hour one. Not gonna lie. People were shitting on this worse than the PlayStation one because this shit was legit just boring.
See, here's the difference between the two, and I'm not trying to be very, very biased here because obviously I'm a PlayStation guy. However, when comparing the backlash between the two, right?
Yeah,
we have, and we look at what people were saying with the PlayStation one. It was more so actual like jokes. Like people were just playing. Yeah. It's like no one really thought after that conference, man, PlayStation is fucked. This is a bad conference. No, like people were like, okay, well they showed something for everyone. I'm kind of pleased. And then after the Xbox one, I tell you, like I literally posted on my Snapchat story to whoever was whoever can see my stuff, and my reaction to Halo, I was hype. I was like, oh my god, this is really good. Like literally recording my reaction throughout the rest of this the showcase.
Yeah,
it gradually decreased, and like I was expecting Microsoft to old Yeller Sony. I wanted them to had a good run, boy. Like I just wanted that to happen, but it didn't happen. So we're all stuck in this position now where it's like, hey, we have this really powerful ass console that supposedly has gajillions of flops, of teraflops, and can do this and that and this. However, what will we be playing on it that actually, looks like what you're saying? Because I don't know if you know, but it came out that the Halo wasn't, up to par with the Xbox. This was basically, we were watching an Xbox One graphic wise, but get this, they were playing it off a PC, not the Series X. So
okay.
Microsoft got a little bit of backlash. Now I don't know if that is that rumor is true, but the general consensus I'm getting is people are instantly noticed there was a graphical downgrade from the first trailer they showed. Automatically there was a downgrade, and it's hard to notice, but like if you compare the two, it's like, dang, like what did they do? That's number one. Number two, it clearly wasn't running, or apparently it wasn't running on the Series X, which is the big issue. So if you're pushing this almighty, all-powerful console, why isn't your game that's supposed to come out on said console running on said console to demonstrate said console? Why are we watching a PC?
I don't know.
There's a lot to go on with the Microsoft conference, and then the ending. Well, we should start from front to back, so we'll start with Halo.
Yeah, start with Halo. Well, first I'm gonna start off with Halo and say, it looked pretty good. I'm having a little trepidations about the open world nature. Not really a big fan of that.
I think it'll be.
I know. I just hope it's. Look, man. I like my Halo experiences tight and concise. I don't like my Halo experiences. Oh, we can do everything here. I don't like that shit. I hate it.
I feel like this is gonna be amazing. I don't know what it is, but I'm all with this open world, especially if they get the co-op down right. Like, imagine drop in play like Destiny.
Yeah.
I could drop in the middle of your story and play with you. That would be cool,
I mean, that's fine. And then the one thing they did say that kind of had me off-putting on the game is they said they're going to use it as games of service, and I'm like, no.
Games of service.
They said that. Your brother put it in the chat and everything. It's going to be games of service. So it's going to have 10 years. There's going to be no Infinite 2. It's just this game.
That's interesting. Now, whenever someone says that now, I get PTSD because of Destiny. Both Destiny 1 and 2 were supposed to be these 10 years. And Destiny 2 was pretty much going to get there.
And then there's Anthem that said 10 years and Fallout that said 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, these 10-year games work if you keep a certain formula. It did not work because the formula was, hey, every year you're $40 additional. Now, if they keep the formula to this battle pass system, which is everyone's hopping on the train because, hey, it works.
If there's a battle pass,
so I promise you, I put my pinky toe on this. Okay, my pinky toe. There is going to be a battle pass for this game.
We'll see. There probably is going to be a battle pass.
There's also, I believe, the armor in this game is going to be locked behind a battle pass rank system.
And or a paywall, which would literally kill the game for me.
I don't think it'll be a paywall. I think it's going to be like a
I think it's going to be both a
system.
paywall. I think it's going to be both a paywall and a battle pass. Like, I guarantee they're going to be like, "Oh, we'll give you options to bypass all that, so you don't have to grind."
I hope they don't do that. If they're smart, they'll just keep it to the battle pass, and then they could say, that would be interesting if they went back to the Halo 3 formula with the the ranks there, and as you rank up, you get certain armor. But imagine deranking and then losing your armor. That would be amazing. Actually, that'd be kind of like it'd be really competitive. I would enjoy that a lot.
Me too. So moving on from Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
which is the highlight, we got As Dusk Falls. Now, here was this stupid problem with this fucking conference, right? There was no gameplay, and I'm pretty positive Ubisoft just got in trouble for that.
There was less gameplay, and that's one of the big points that people were picking on Sony for. Oh, there's no gameplay. I remember even you were like, well, there was a lack of gameplay. But you want gameplay. Xbox. I mean, that's no gameplay. It doesn't exist.
That's most reveals nowadays. Most reveals don't have a gameplay. They show you a nice little cutscene, and then they give you this nice release day of 2022 and expect you to give a shit.
Yeah, and the fucked up part is Nintendo have the best balance with it. They'll sometimes show a trailer, and then most of the time they'll show gameplay. They barely just show trailers. They show Ninjala.
So the gameplay is mixed.
Yeah, they mixed it in.
The gameplay is mixed in the trailer.
Yeah, they mixed the gameplay in the trailers 9 times out of 10. Hence why Nintendo every time something like this will always win it, because they always go, oh yeah, let's show people what they want to see, which is the fucking gameplay. Like, I don't give a fuck about a trailer at this point. And when I saw this Dust Falls, I was like, so what and then I saw that it is a game led by ex-Quantic Dream lead game designer, and I was like, this game is going to be fucking stupid. So whatever. Right? Moving on from there, we got Avowed. Now, can anybody tell me what the fuck Avowed is, please? Okay.
Yes,
if I'm being 100% real, just like with the Sony conference, there's a lot of games that were in the middle there that I was just like, poof. After the showcase, it just poof, gone out of my brain.
Ayo, so Avowed is nothing but the Skyrim version of Outer Worlds. So they did a Fallout, and now they're doing a Skyrim. But like legit, they barely showed anything. So I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, the Avowed. Okay. That's the game with the purple flame hand. And
Yeah.
I actually was interested in the game, and I thought they were going to show more, but then so it just killed my hype.
Yeah. Then
Kinda.
Let's talk about that Fable trailer. All right, who was ready for
now?
Who got hyped for Fable?
Here's what I believe that is. And it's, I think generally everyone believes that this is. There's no confirmation. I don't believe. Don't quote me on that. People are saying this is a 100% Fable reboot from 1. This is a brand new, start fresh
Don't
Fable.
do it. They don't need to do it.
Well, I mean, seeing that it's a brand new company, I think that it's likely that it's going to be a reboot, especially after what they did last time that didn't please fans. You know, maybe they're going to go back to the beginning, to the drawing board, and they're going to, yeah.
Okay. That was a wet dud. Moving on to Forza Motorsports. All right. Now,
who plays racing games? Sorry. I'm sure there's actually a lot of people that play racing games.
Look,
but
there could be a lot of people that play racing games. But if you're legit excited for the trailer to Forza Motorsport, I'm going to hit you. Which, again, I saw a fair few people say there was nothing but fire. And I was like, there was no fire at this conference. There was nothing. I didn't get anything. I got nothing. I didn't get anything. I'm sorry.
That Forza trailer was voom voom in my mom's car.
All right. Now, we move on to the gunk.
Which one was that?
Yeah, the trailer with the robot arm, and they actually showed some gameplay, and I was like, this is interesting. And then I was like, I don't care. And then I was like, wait a second, it's from the creators of SteamWorld? Let's see.
I think that one, if I'm thinking of the right one, it looked okay to me. I think it.
Yeah.
You know, it's decent.
But is it an exclusive?
Let's look it up.
The gunk.
Let's look it up.
I'm about to go look it up. Because that didn't seem like an exclusive to me.
Now, here's the thing. Now, just like with Sony's conference, there were some games in there that were not exclusive. Sony did do the pettiness that Microsoft did. It dropped all the trailers afterwards that were also on PlayStation.
Oh, the gunk is on Xbox and PC.
Okay,
that makes sense. Okay, that's going to be great, right?
it's a nice name.
I'm going to skip one of these games because I was a little confused. So I'm going to go down to Stalker 2. Wow.
I think that was one of the, from what I'm picking up, is one of the biggest, announcements, because, I heard it was a PC game that has a big following.
It is. So it is. But
I think that's big for Xbox.
Was it it's a timed exclusive.
Is it coming to PlayStation?
From what I already know, it's a timed exclusive. So I was like, y'all are hyping up Stalker 2, which is going to get... First of all, Stalker automatically is going to be better on PC. I can tell you this from the fact that the first Stalker was already better on PC. Duh. Right? So, yeah, I'm going to let them have that. It's also coming in 2021, so I suggest people calm their booty. And second, from what I saw of the trailer, they didn't show anything. Right?
Both had a lack of show.
Yes.
Yes, that is true.
And then there was State of Decay 3. I'm sorry. All right. I apologize to those who like State of Decay. But did the State of Decay 2 not just come out? Why are we already getting a part 3?
That's what I thought. That was literally about to be my next question. Like, when was State of Decay 2 dropped? That's number one. And number two, I don't know if this is true, but I personally heard State of Decay 2 had a lot of issues.
It did.
So
it was still not widely liked by the large community of people. But even looking at it, it came out in May 22nd of 2018. That's not even full. What? It's like 2 years ago. That's a little too early to make a part 3, don't you think? They just had a DLC, right? Did they not just have a DLC? I'm very confused. I'm very confused. Hold up. State of Decay 2 was built with community managers reviews, praise, musical combat, technical issues like adapt and survival. Oh nah, yeah, this game was butchered. But again, hold up. The deal, yeah, there was a new expansion for the game in 2019. It's way too early for a part 3. What the fuck? This year better not be releasing anytime. Oh Lord, it may be releasing July. Oh no, my bad. They're wrong. Okay, because it's already July. Now, this one was the one that had me going. It tickled my bootio. Tetris Effect. All right, who's ready to play Tetris again? Anybody ready for Tetris?
Me.
I'm ready for Ayo. Fuck that. I can't wait for Tetris. Isn't Tetris Connect like the one versus like the Battle Royale Tetris on the Nintendo Switch? Which I think it is.
I slapped.
As soon as I saw that Tetris game and I looked at it again and I was like, I don't even need to see fucking gameplay. I know it's the fucking
Tetris.
Yeah, it's Tetris, and I was like, okay, so what about that Battle Royale Tetris on the Switch? I think that's the best Tetris I've ever played. Ever. Because it's entertaining. Because it's a Battle Royale Tetris game. The fuck? Whatever. Warhammer 4000 Darktide. Let's talk about Warhammer 4000 Darktide. I like Warhammer. But from what I saw, that wasn't no Warhammer, bro.
Well, apparently this is a spin-off.
That wasn't no Warhammer, bro. None of those people even look like Warhammer characters. Go Google a Warhammer character. Just go Google Warhammer Marines or anything.
Listening to Angry Joe, who apparently is a big fan.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know how to describe. They're like grunts characters within like the lore of the story. Yeah. They're not like the big guys, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is a spin-off game.
All right, I was making sure. All right, cool. Now it's Crossfire X, aka Call of Duty from the trailer, and I was like, oh, this shirt looks like. When I was looking at the trailer and I didn't see the name of it, I was like, is this another Call of Duty? Thank you. I was like, ooh, Call of Duty. Remedy's working on Call of Duty, son? Oh my god. I was like, this looks amazing.
Speaking of, did you hear about the recent rumblings of the next Call of Duty and how it came to be?
No.
So, apparently, there was, Xbox has been putting demos out on the Xbox store, and one of them was titled something, and when you clicked on it and opened it, it actually was a Black Ops loading screen, and it said Black Ops CIA, and that's what we know so far.
I don't
CIA, Black Ops.
All right, we'll see. Okay. Then they showed off Beyond Light DLC, and I was like, oh,
more Destiny.
You
know what made that worthwhile for me?
What? They showed off the abilities.
They showed off some of the ability. I was like, oh, okay. The darkness is just ice powers. Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. I was like, I bought this. Why did I do this?
Now, I think you shot yourself in the foot, and this is what I was about to get to. They did announce something very big for Xbox, technically. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in that conference, they basically said, if you have Destiny, or Destiny's coming to Game Pass with all expansions. So if you have Game Pass, you basically have everything. If I'm getting what they said properly.
Okay, but then here's one small issue right there. There's a tiny issue. You want to know what that issue is? I already have it on my PC. I don't care.
I know, but that kind of doesn't that serve as a slap in the face to everyone who's purchased the DLC or anyone on PlayStation?
No, it fucking agitates me slightly, but
because
I bought it on PlayStation. I have the game on PC, which means I have it on Xbox slightly. I'm not gonna download the game on another console to switch it from console to rig to play this shit. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't even care if it's on Xbox. Yes, I can play with more people, but I'm not about to download it. And if I have to start over, or if my profile gets locked on something, it is not happening. I'm telling you this now.
I don't think you'll have to start over. They have cross save.
Oh yeah, they do.
I'm just saying, for someone like me who's a fan of the series, but it's not giving them another dime. If I have Game Pass, Destiny is an option without purchasing anything. If what they said was what I was thinking.
All right,
which is a pretty big deal for Xbox, and kind of after Destiny and Sony's partnership. Hold on, I just realized that's kind of disrespectful. Bungie actually had a partnership or like a hand in building the DualShock 4.
Yeah. So
that's disrespectful.
Let's move on. Everwild. Oh yeah, I was so hyped for Everwild that I legit wet my pants. Cause
which one was that?
I don't know. It was the journey with the ladies dancing around the tree and the butterfly. I think they was dancing on a tree. Let me go back and there was that lady doing a thing with the tree and the deer, and it looked artsy, and it's from Rare, and the deer died and came back to. And I was like, what is this?
I honestly think that Rare is Rare. They make some pretty decent franchises.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to them.
Okay, is Everwild an exclusive?
It has to be, because Rare is an Xbox company.
Yeah, they are. Okay, cool.
Now,
Grounded.
What I was gonna say about that is, this goes back to my point about, the Sony conference, how Sony was trying to touch base on everything. Microsoft was kind of trying to do the same thing, but they didn't really do it as well. And I think Rare is trying to touch with the indie crowd with that type of game.
Yeah, and then Obsidian Entertainment with their third game on here called Grounded, which it's Honey We Shrunk the Kids, the co-op adventure, and I was like, I could not be more disinterested in this fucking game as a concept. I don't really care. I was like, I don't want to fight bugs. I hate them enough already. Like, I don't care. Moving on to this. The Medium dual reality trailer. Legit looked interesting. But at the end of the day, I was like, what's going on with this? It's where's the gameplay at? And then I saw some gameplay. I was like, it's just walking. I'm getting Death Stranding vibes. That's all I'm saying. I'm getting Death Stranding vibes, bro. You don't want to do that. I was just like, there's a lot of walking. Don't do that. And then we got the Outer Worlds DLC trailer, which I'm not talking about. Psychonauts 2. Who here played the first Psychonauts that cares enough?
Yeah, I played it, but
yeah,
I didn't give a shit.
I didn't
see them all.
Yeah. Tell me why I didn't even see. Oh, tell me why it's just like Life is Strange. Okay.
It's great. They can come for the crowd. They have Telltale isn't around anymore, so there's not much competition.
And then there's Wonderland, which I was like, it's a Square game, so I don't know when it's coming out.
That was a Square game. Yeah, we're not seeing that one.
We're not gonna
2023, man. They're doing Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 now.
Oh yeah, I saw, and I was like, I genuinely don't care. That game, until it's completed, is not even getting close to my top 10 games of the year. And then I saw something. I was like, okay, so this is Balan Wonderland is not an exclusive. So that's going to be, yeah. And then I saw something that made me almost want to punch something in the dick. Okay? Dragon Quest 11S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition. And I was like, how many fucking times are they going to release this goddamn game on these damn consoles, okay?
I don't know, man. It's kind of pissing me off, actually.
I was like, okay, this is like the 5th time you released this game. What is definitive about this one? Oh, you can go to the 2D mode, like the Switch version. I was like, I don't care. I was like, oh, and then people were like, it's on Game Pass. I'm like, I already got the fucking game on my PlayStation. I don't care. Then there's Echo.
Like, it was fine. I was fine for the Switch version.
Yeah.
But then when they announced that same Switch version for the PS4, I'm like, are we really?
Yeah, they did it. They did it. And I was legit
what's the end game here? Are you trying to get enough sales to vie for bringing another Dragon Quest game over here?
Yeah.
Maybe your actual MMO or what? Because if you're not doing that, then what's the fuck?
Okay.
I keep releasing it. So
then there's Echo Generation, which I didn't feel for. I was like, I don't want to play this. And then there's Hello Neighbor 2, which I was like, oh.
Now, when did they announce Hello Neighbor 2?
I don't know. I'm looking at the summary of the events. Exomecha.
What other events happened? There was other events?
No, they announced. This is all the shit that was announced during that event. I'm going down the list. I skipped one game specifically because me and Dr. Ray gotta have a conversation on this shit. Exomecha. I was like, ooh. Are we gonna get a mech game like Daemon X Machina? And then I saw it was a fucking first-person game, and immediately stopped caring because it is Transformers versus humans, and I was like, oh.
Transformers versus humans?
It's like Transformers. I'm looking at it as we speak. It's literally a Transformers ripoff to me, and I was like legit like, oh shit! It's just whatever. Watch Dogs 2. I mean, Watch Dogs Legion. I'm not buying that game. It's Watch Dogs 3. I'm not buying it. I don't care. People can get mad at me. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Your opinion's valid because, well, after if you weren't one of the people that actually liked the second one, then I don't see why you would get the third one.
Yeah, man, I liked the first one, and I was like, okay, there's problems. I liked the second one, but I was like, okay, there's still fucking problems. And I'm like, I'm not about to buy the third one and have those same problems that I had with the first two for a third time. I'm not wasting my time. Like, the story in the second one was so bad. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold it back. Like, the second one had the worst story out of all of them. First one, I was like, okay, Aiden Pierce is kind of a jackass, but whatever.
Batman. What was I gonna say? See, I might pick it up, and here's why. I didn't play the second one. I know there's a load of people like me that played the first one, thought it was alright, skipped the second one, and the third one kind of looks kind of interesting, so I'm gonna try it out.
Hey, it's probably gonna get game flagged for me and then reviewed and done. But now the one thing I wanted to talk about at this event, and the one thing that actually slightly agitated me a little bit, was Phantasy Star Online 2, the new Genesis. Darkwave. Can you explain what the fuck this is?
Now,
it is basically what it seems like is a 4K version of PSO. But it still is a regular game, so you don't lose anything.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's basically the game that I don't know should have been in 2020.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I saw that shit. I'm like,
yeah, I was legit slightly upset. I was like, is this the same fucking game? Because it looks like the same game. And I was just like, yo, why don't you release the game properly for everybody and a lot of people can play it and give it more exposure? Because you look like jackasses right now to me, and I was legit like, I don't really care. I like the game and I've played a little bit of it, but no.
PSO. So I'm a huge Phantasy Star guy.
Yeah.
Now, I have been spoiled by FF14 in my MMO years. So playing PSO2, the one that's, the now, it's not that it's bad. It's just that it gets really boring.
Really fucking quickly.
Really quickly. Now, I don't remember PSO getting ever that boring, but then again, I mainly play the actual mainline games of PSO. And then I played the PSO game on Dreamcast, but again, that was on Dreamcast, PS4. Phantasy Star Online 1, basically.
Yeah.
And I was a kid, so therefore being my tolerance was a little bit higher. But it's like now, that game is so boring when you don't play with other people. Like most MMOs, this one here is just ridiculous how boring it feels when you're just doing the same shit. As far as this new Genesis is, they say it's the same. It's basically a new game, but that can bring over your character. Basically it's a new game that coexists with the old one.
Yeah.
Or an upgrade to the old one. I don't fucking know. All I know is the game is not bad. It's just after you play it for like 20 hours, which I did when it first opened beta, at that point I was already burnt out.
Yeah.
Like it didn't bring me no excitement. Here I am a level 20 beating level 30 enemies like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's not really a problem. But
so I mean, is it? So a lot of people ask me, is it better than FF14? I tell them no. It's not. Is it? It's like, don't get me wrong. FF14 is in a I wouldn't say a terrible state, but it's not in a good state. But it's still not better than FF14. I feel like with FF14, it gave me a story I actually care about, but B, it wasn't like completely boring the first 20 hours. I was hooked the first 20 hours, whereas in PSO, I was hooked for the first 20, and after that, I'm like, well, am I just going to keep doing these same fucking missions before I can level up? It just got to a point where I was just done.
Oh yeah, it really,
pretty much bored out of my fucking mind.
Yeah, really.
Like, at least FF14 gave me difference. It gave me a story to cling on to to make me actually give a shit about progression. I don't even feel like I'm progressing in PSO2. But I'm just running around the map killing shit with ease and just like, okay. You know, so I don't know. It sucks that's not on PlayStation because that's where all my friends are. So maybe at PSO2 I have a greater lifespan on PlayStation because I have more more friends on PlayStation than Xbox.
Yeah.
But I mean, they want to make a 4K version. I'm not going to sit here and deny them. By all means, have fun. But how about we swing that over the PlayStation side? Sega, I don't know what the fuck they're doing over these fucking clowns. But considering it's on PlayStation in Japan,
yep.
I still don't understand that shit.
Yeah, Japanese people are currently playing it.
I mean, I don't know. I at this point, man, these MMOs coming out, like I said, I've been spoiled. So everything is graded to me by FF14, and I hate saying that because MMOs are treated differently. But I mean, I feel like FF14 does it the best. It gives you a decent story, a great story for FF14. It gives you multiple classes where you're not locked to anything. It gives you a nice MMO feel, and it's for the time that you play it. It's fun, you know. Most of these MMOs, they don't last long. So I don't know, man.
Makes sense. Moving on, because the Xbox, that conference was what would you say the score of that conference was, guys?
The same thing I gave the PlayStation conference, because honestly, I know nothing. I don't care about these. I don't care. Listen. I don't give a fuck about Halo. Halo died after Halo Reach, in my opinion. Damn. I don't care about Halo. I don't care about any of those games they showed me. Fable, you have a lot of rebuilding to do with me, because Fable 3 was god awful compared to Fable 1 and 2. So you have to win me back with Fable. And outside of that, you show me no release dates really. I know nothing of your console. I still don't know when your console comes. Not that I'm buying it, but I still know when your console's coming out. So just like I go and get PlayStation 5 or 6, the Xbox is the same. You showed me nothing that I care about.
I'm gonna have.
And Phil Spencer already said that there won't be really no first-party exclusives for the next couple of years. So who gives a shit at this point?
Yep.
Minus Halo.
Yeah, so.
But even Halo's not exclusive because that's on PC. So
yeah,
no first-party exclusives because they're going to go to PC.
Yeah, that's why I stopped caring when they say exclusive to Xbox. I was like, and PC, and PC. I was like, oh, okay. And then I slightly turned my head to my right and go, well, looks like I'll be playing games on this.
I mean, I don't. It's like I now could I give Xbox some slack? Sure, because this is more of a hobby or Me Too thing for them making consoles. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not going to give them that excuse because you don't deserve it.
I mean, makes sense.
So I don't know, man. It's I give it the same thing I gave PlayStation 1 or either 5 or 6, whatever I gave PlayStation 5. There you go. It's a 5 from me. That Bandai Namco event too, fucking 4. Garbage.
What Bandai Namco event?
They had a live event, basically a reveal. They revealed nothing of importance.
What the fuck did they reveal? What?
They showed a new DLC character for My Hero. They show a little bit about Scarlet Nexus, which told me nothing. What's that show? I think they mentioned their Sword little patch update.
Yeah.
And they showed something else, which was basically a bunch of nothing that I care about. They didn't reveal nothing new. A lot of people expected something new for Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse or maybe a new Naruto game or some shit. They didn't reveal it. They didn't even really talk about Scarlet Nexus.
They didn't talk about anything that Dragon Ball fucking fights the rest of the DFC characters. Are you serious?
No, they didn't talk about shit. So that shit gets a 0 from me. It showed me nothing of importance.
Yeah, at least they finally added black people in. Jump Force is coming to the Switch. One of the shittiest fucking games in the world is finally coming to the Switch. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
Hey, man.
Making that money.
I happen to know
Jump Force is trash.
I happen to know someone that thinks that game is actually good.
Who?
It was my RA.
It's a worse
trash.
From what I hear, it's a worse version of J-Star's Victory.
It's a 2 times worse version of J. When Frieza T poses off of my screen, fuck you. It's not a good game. It's a shit game.
You
Yo, fuck out of here, bro.
You sound like Gordon Ramsay. It was fucking terrible.
No, that game is so bad. The AI still blocks like a fucking retard. They still do it. They stand in one spot, block, stand there. Block. Like, what the fuck are you doing? No. Okay. They announced the Tsubasa game again for the 30th time and showed nothing new besides 2 people could kick the fucking ball now. They showed off 3D VR Gundams in Japan, and I'm like, I don't live in Japan, so I'm not going to be able to see those VR Gundams. I love me some Gundams, but I genuinely want another Dynasty Warriors Gundam. That was like one of my favorite Gundam games.
That's Toei Tecmo, sir. That's not Bandai Namco.
What the fuck?
Toei, Kelly, whoever. They're a bunch of shit. They're in the shithole too. Fuck them. Garbage.
Let's not talk about them right now. We don't have enough time on the gaming section to be talking about.
All right.
Let's move on to Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, hold on. I didn't even get to score.
Oh, my bad. What were you about to score the conference? My G.
Wow. Okay, so the conference only had me with Halo. If I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, it had me with Halo. It had me with that one game that you were just saying the name of that was like Skyrim. I could care less about Fable. I could care less about half of the other things said. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and give this conference like a 5. Did I give PlayStation a 7?
You gave it a 7, if I can recall.
So yeah, 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4 because legit half of the shit on that conference for me was just nothing.
Now, if Microsoft had revealed a console, or I don't know, waited, because we all know Microsoft could have waited and got a little bit of gameplay, just a wee bit, just a tiny,
some gameplay out of that.
Lick your finger gameplay, okay? Just a little, maybe 10-second gameplay. I don't even know. It's better than having none. And adding them onto these trailers, and I feel like people would have been more hype, and I feel like they would have had more games because they had these studios that they clearly didn't show a game from every studio. So now they announced that they have another. Now what triggered? Yeah, they announced they have another showcase, right?
Yeah.
Why, if you're gonna do another showcase, why not just wait and make it a big old grand showcase? I feel like people, if they had done that, the public opinion would have swayed in their favor. Right now, Sony was watching that conference and they giggled a little bit, and then they upped the price of the PlayStation by $100. That's exactly what happened. They're like, no competition, $600. People will buy
it. You know what reminds me? As soon as the Xbox joint ended, all I heard in my head was oof. Whatever.
but yeah, all right.
Moving on. Ghost of Tsushima. Everybody here hasn't played it yet.
Ghost of Tsushima. I actually have been playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yo, this game, it's fucking terrible. Okay, it's bad.
What?
It's not good. Don't tell me you think it's good, man.
You're capping.
I'm not capping. The game is bad. I literally am about to return it.
Whoa.
Bad, dog. Look, first of all,
slow your roll. Hold on.
The blades of grass look unrealistic. I don't know what you're talking about, son. That joint is terrible.
Okay, that's how I know you're capping. Okay, all right. Listen. Ghost of Shishu. Okay, that game surprised me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not gonna say that it's like the most
No, it's not
crazy game that I've played before. You know?
But it is.
I have issues right now. For me, it's sitting at a solid 7. I have issues with the game. However, compared to whatever else came out this year, I think I'm having the most fun with this game, and it's because if I were to describe this game, because we're not going to spoil anything, right? No. So if I were to describe this game, it's Breath of the Wild did the fusion dance with Horizon Zero Dawn, and threw in a little tiny teensy bit of like Sekiro or Neo in there. That's exactly what this game is to me, and that's just what I played so far. To be honest, you could basically do whatever the hell you want and handle every fight however the hell you want.
It's very interesting too. You can just walk up and be like, "You fight me, motherfuckers," and then you probably die if they have arrow people. But yeah, it's pretty real. I like the fact that it's realistic. I like that.
Did you see the video I sent you with the arrows? And he air for like 50 hits with arrows. And like the game does need some patching too, because I've experienced some interesting things, like a T-posing horse.
Okay, so you're gonna have to re-explain that one.
It wasn't it wasn't T-posing per se, but the horse was doing a little. And I was like, that's not what a horse does.
I was about to say, a horse can T-pose now? I don't know, man. I don't think that's an alive horse. I think that's a dead horse. But moving on, what were you saying, Darkwave? I didn't hear you.
I said I'd never seen that as far as the horse shit.
Yeah, there's some.
I'll say this about Ghost. This is probably more than likely my game of the year. If you had to ask me what was my favorite game this year,
yeah.
If you asked me last Thursday before this game came out, what was my favorite game this year? Probably would have been Neo 2.
Yeah.
Because Neo 2 is absolutely fantastic.
This game is Neo 2 without the frustration.
I wouldn't go that far. You know what this game is? This is basically what everyone's been asking Ubisoft to do for the dawn of time. This is basically what Assassin's Creed. This is what Assassin's Creed in Japan would be. If you took Assassin's Creed, you set it in Japan, this is what you get. Minus maybe the Tsushima shit going on. Yeah. Because obviously you would be more of the samurai would basically be your enemy. So you'll basically be a shinobi in that sense. But outside of that, this game right here is exactly what that would be. And at this point, now no one's going to ask for Assassin's Creed in Japan because you don't need it. Now, granted, now that we don't ask for it, we'll probably fucking get it. And it'll probably be worse than this. But
there's no way they're talking
definitely. Well, no. No, listen, Ghost is not perfect. There's some problem with this game is the camera angles when you're fighting. My God.
Yes, that is my biggest. I didn't want to say it, but that's my biggest.
That is
there is no lock on. There is no lock on whatsoever. Is there not
a fucking lock on? And I'm like, yo, this game could benefit from a lock on. Considering that this is Sucker Punch who just made Infamous, which has a fucking lock on.
And here's what I think. I think they didn't add it.
Yeah.
Because you could tell by the option to add the filter to make it a black and white movie, like an old samurai film.
It's actually based off of that director, which is good. Which is actually pretty cool.
That's cool, but I think it's like that because it's kind of like a movie, more like a movie that way. If you're looking at it, and every time you get in a fight, they surround you, kind of like in a movie. So I kind of get it, but it's kind of annoying from a gameplay, having fun standpoint.
Yeah. It's annoying because you're supposed to be trying to parry, But if someone's way yonder somewhere, off your map, off your screen, you cannot see them.
Exactly.
So it makes it that much. Now, it just makes it that much harder. But outside of that, I think I've been going back and forth if I would have preferred a morale system in this game. On one hand, I say no, because I feel like with the morale system, you lose some of the character of Jin.
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
He is his own
but
character.
at the same time, I feel like with the morale system, it could have made for maybe slightly more playthroughs of the game. Not that it necessarily would need to be happen, but I feel like if it gave you different options if you wanted to replay the game. Because if you replay the game, there's really no point.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag for me, because I feel like on one hand I do prefer the more character-driven stuff with Jin, because there's no morale system, so you basically are just playing how he feels about being, honor and dishonor and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I also feel like with the morale system, it would have been nice to see maybe how the world would have. I mean, you do see how the world reacts to Jin, but I feel like it'd have been more dynamic with the morale system, because you could have had someone say, "Oh my gosh, you did something so dishonorable," but then on the other hand, you have people saying, "Yes, you're so honorable," shit like that.
Yeah.
So it would have been, but I am kind of torn on that. I don't know 100% what I want.
But I do like the fact that the game, like what they should have did was, if you do more ghost shit, you more get like, obviously something, people don't look at you right. But if you do more samurai shit, people look at you better. But
yeah,
I mean,
feel
for me, it's fine.
It would have fit in the game.
Yeah, it would have fit.
Or maybe not people, but when you finally do run into, because the whole premise of the game is, this X person, because I don't know if this would be considered as a spoiler or not, but the person that's captured, that person, when you finally meet up with them again, because I don't know, I'm not in that far in the story yet, but if you do, and he figures out what you've been up to, it would be pretty cool to see that interaction. But the way they have it now, we're not going to get to, see what would happen if you stayed honorable, if you didn't, we won't see that. It's just going to be like that one thing that happens. There's no replay value, as Darkwave was said.
Yeah, that is a bad thing, but what I still say, this is probably my game of the year. 9 times out of 10, yes. Like 110%. I'm not even going to fucking lie to you.
It deserves it. It's not that it has much competition, but it does deserve the spot.
There's only me and Wafe briefly texted about it, but I feel like there's really only a few games that can even be in contention of Game of Year, and that's Persona 5, if you want to count that.
I don't think you can count that.
We can count Royal. I checked it. I even made checks. We can count Royal.
Well,
you got
Royal. For me, Royal wouldn't be my.
It's not gonna win.
Yeah, it wouldn't win.
I mean, it wouldn't win, but I'm talking about, like, if this was the Game Awards show, what were the games that would come out that's in the category? Honestly, it would probably only be Ghost of Tsushima, obviously.
Resident
Last
Evil
of Us 2. No, Resident 3 is not going to be up there. It better not be up there.
I mean, of all the
2.
games there, Resident Evil 3 is one of the only ones that would be there.
No, I don't think it would. Yeah, Resident Evil 3 was not that good. It really wasn't. Not for Resident Evil Die Hard. It wasn't. It was good. It was good, but it wasn't like it's nowhere near. I wouldn't even put that as a nomination for Game of the Year. Nowhere near. Let's face it. Last of Us is going to go up there because the critics reviews and the critic reviews of that game were phenomenal. So that's going to be there regardless. And it's Last of Us, so it's going to be there.
I think Final Fantasy
is going to be there. Who?
Final Fantasy is going to be there, whether you like it or not.
It will. It will. Final Fantasy. I actually forgot about the game. I don't care about that. How much I don't care, but I did forget about the game. So what? You have those are 3 right there. Last of Us, Royale. If it's good,
It's
We
not.
don't know yet.
Is it dropping 2020 anymore? Do we actually
Yeah,
believe
it
that?
drops in November. It drops in November, from what they say.
What is
But
the
What
point of
drops in
getting
November?
Cyberpunk?
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Cyberpunk.
That's gonna be
But we don't know.
next
We don't know if it's
gen
going to be good or
launch.
not. But we'll put. Yeah, it launches next. Well, no. They already said that they're gonna. So the PS5 and the X versions will when the consoles launch. But they're doing like basically you can just play it across. You can play it from.
Yeah, you can get the
On the
PS4
PS5.
version and then cross it over to the PS5 version. You're good.
Okay, so you're saying Royal, Last of Us, Final Fantasy,
Oh, like based
Ghost
off
of Tsushima,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost,
and probably any Switch games come out this year that's worth a game.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Animal Crossing actually would be a nominee
Yeah.
because
Okay,
it's
that's gonna
definitely
show-
one of the most selling games.
And then the last one, Neo too, right?
Yeah.
I guess Neo too.
and then Neo 2.
Yeah, but
I think-
I'm going to put it like this: when I make the end of the year list, if y'all want to do that together, I'm gonna tell you now that a part of that top 10, Persona 5 will be on it, but it will not be anything past number 8 because it's fucking Persona 5 with extra shit, and I'm not gonna. I don't feel good that being like a top 5 game of 2020. I'm gonna be like,
I
no.
don't count that either.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna
actually-
I wouldn't even put that in
Anyone.
the year.
If that won Game of the Year, I'd be upset.
No, talk about in our.
No, it's not winning game of the year.
It's not
I
winning
know.
our game of the year. Period. It's gonna probably be number 10 or number 9.
I mean, it's not winning any game of the year except for maybe a magazine.
Like
It's
fuck.
not winning. It's not going to win Game Awards magazine because that's going to go to either Last of Us or this, unless Cyberpunk is just like fucking god
It's not-
tier.
I tell you, it's not going to Last of Us because of the backlash. So
Well, yeah, the Last of Us is too divisive. It's too divisive between the fans and the critics. So that's probably not going to win it because if they give it to The Last of Us, people are going to shit on them. But honestly, if I'm really being honest, it only comes down to 2 games this year.
it's either Ghost
Unless something else.
I'll be right back.
No, it's Ghost or Cyberpunk.
You
It's either
think?
Ghost or Cyberpunk.
Do you think Cyberpunk's gonna hit it out of the park better than Neo did?
I mean, Neo is one. Neo is like. So, why don't Dark Souls games ever win Game of the Year? Because either A, something comes out for it, or B, it's considered to be too hard, right? Neo kind of fits that same boat. 'Cause it is a Souls game. So, it's like, you really put that up there to win? It'll be nominated. But I don't know if it's going to win. I feel like the only 2 competition is going to be Ghost and Cyberpunk. Now, if Cyberpunk turns out to be bad, right? If it happens to turn out to be bad,
Honestly,
then
a
it comes down
possibility.
to Ghost and I think Final Fantasy. Much to my chagrin, I don't think Last of Us, and it could be Last of Us. I'm not saying it can't be, but Persona 5 is too much. It's too niche. It's a turn-based RPG, and usually for that to win Game of the Year, legitimately everything coming out has to be like garbage. It have to be like everything being garbage or just not good.
Well, here
like-
comes the Persona fanboys.
Oh no.
I don't care. I mean, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Does it deserve Game of the Year? Yes, but I mean, this is America we're talking about, and this is the Game Awards. Like,
I mean,
That
okay,
and
when
for
have they
just
ever?
fucking-
What's the
it's
last
fucking-
turn-based game that? When's the last turn-based game to get Game of the Year
Persona 5.
from Game Awards?
Uh.
The magazines that people don't give a shit about. I'm talking about the one place that people care about. Like, that's the only thing people mention. We don't mention like the Famitsus and the Kotakus and the IGN Game Award. Everyone cares about this, the Game Awards show, the one that's publicly known. When was the last time a JRPG, let alone a turn-based RPG, even won? I'm not talking about nominated, just won.
Technically,
I think Persona 5 was nominated.
Sekiro.
Well, yeah, is that considered JRPG? Yes.
Kinda.
Was it turn-based? No. So when the last time a turn-based game won?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
like-
wait.
But like I said, in our personal Game of the Year list, I don't know who's gonna win it, but it ain't gonna be fucking. It's not gonna be it.
Persona
I'd say
5
it's
lost
hard
to
to-
Breath of the Wild. That is true.
Yeah, nothing was beating Breath of the Wild that year.
Yeah, bro.
Like, it's just certain years. Like, Sekiro only won. Sekiro's going to win the same reason why Ghost might win. Because there's nothing coming out this year. Like,
Yeah.
Sekiro had What was Sekiro's competition last year? That even nominated.
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that was like his biggest competition was Resi 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. And there was no way. Like, Bloodborne would have won it, but Witcher came out. Like, nothing came out that was better than Bloodborne until Witcher 3. And then that just pretty much killed Bloodborne's chance. It's the same thing here. So, I don't know. I just feel like... Ghost wins it this year. It's going to be the second year in a row where a Samurai game wins Game of the Year, folks.
Hey.
If not, it's going to be Cyberpunk.
That would be
for our personal Game of the Year, for the personal Wild Fang channel Game of the Year, we don't know. Probably going to be Ghost of Tsushima. We'll see. Because I got a game called Desperados 3 that I'm like, it's just fucking good.
Never mind. I take back what I just said. I said it was about to be a winning streak. I realized Sekiro is actually cross-plat.
No, it's PlayStation exclusive, isn't it?
It is?
Yeah,
yes.
it is a PlayStation.
I'm a PlayStation guy. Don't attack me in the comments. So yeah, winning streak for Sony.
Well, I mean, next year will probably be Breath of the Wild 2 if it comes out next year. So it'll go right back to it. I mean, Xbox will never have a game of the year because there's nothing coming out.
Actually, no.
Halo,
Sekiro's on the fucking Xbox.
Oh, okay. Xbox?
I knew I wasn't tripping.
Yes, it is.
I knew I wasn't a crackhead.
Oh, I thought it was PS. I thought it was PlayStation exclusive.
Xbox One and Windows, my dude, and it's on Stadia.
I actually got I got to feel a Stadia recently.
That's right, it is that console.
Oh Lord!
I mean, at the end of the day,
it was weird. It was a weird thing.
It's a dead console, but whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, I think it sounds. I still give it hope, bro. Okay.
There's no hope, sir.
There's 75,000 planets worth of work that needs to be put into it. However, the concept, bruh, the concept. That's all I gotta say. It's there.
The concept was terrible.
No. It's not
yes,
that concept.
It was terrible. Yes, it's already been tried by Sony with their PlayStation Now.
Nah, see what Sony... Nah. Microsoft is about to show you the way. Did you hear about Microsoft? So they got rid of the 12-month gold, and I think my prediction is they're going to merge Game Pass, Gold, and the xCloud into one giant subscription, which would be huge for them.
I mean,
that's the only thing that actually, that's the only thing that Xbox kind of has going for it.
Is the Game Pass?
This is literally the only thing that makes it dangerous. So if you combine Game Pass with Gold with xCloud, that's a monstrous combination, because if xCloud works as we were told, and we can play on any screen, imagine having access to all Xbox games at any time. It's pretty dangerous, not gonna lie.
I mean, listen, Xbox has great ideas. No one says that. And Xbox is doing some good things. No one's denying that. They just don't have no exclusives.
That's exactly what I'm about to get to.
So it's like, okay, you get Game Pass. So do you go for Game Pass, which gives you pretty much every game for free, minus PlayStation exclusives? You just gotta pay, about $14.99 a month or some shit to get any game that's up there for free? Or do you get the PlayStation, have the exclusives, but still paying full price for whatever you want?
Sony wanted to checkmate Microsoft, all they had to do at this point, after Microsoft botched this conference, right? Because Sony, I promise you, Sony's about to have another conference with more games, because we know they have more games to show, and a price reveal. Yeah, Sony has so many studios, it's like other
Do they
studios
have
for
any
that
games
last.
that's going to matter? That's the difference.
It doesn't. That doesn't matter at this point because public opinion swayed so far to Sony that it doesn't matter if they drop something. They could drop Tetris. and people would be like, "Yo, Sony got their Tetris over here," even though it couldn't be true. It could be far from the truth. Now, what I will say is their checkmate move is if they transform, which is kind of what they're already trying to do, PlayStation Now into Game Pass and fuse it with PlayStation Plus. That is an issue, and imagine if they were to drop their exclusive library, especially the PS4 library, onto that subscription thing. People would bite, and they would buy the hell of a lot more.
Just make sure it's not just. I mean, the thing with PlayStation Now is that PlayStation Now is actually a great idea. It's just one major issue with PlayStation Now. It's basically Stadia. Or it's what Stadia is. It's streaming. That stream
it doesn't have shit on it.
If PlayStation now, they've been trying to, if you go on your PlayStation run, they're trying to add, sneaky. They're trying to oh, here's a PS4 game. Oh, here's a PS4. I think Sony is going to eventually say, fuck the streaming. PlayStation Now is now a service like Game Pass, and we are going to give you PlayStation Plus with this service. People are going to buy. Here's the thing. People are going to buy.
Fuck out of here. Watch Dogs 2, Street Fighter 5, Hello Neighbor, Metro, Dishonored 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Evil Within, Get Even. These are some of the games that are on this goddamn PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now, yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good. I'm saying they're sneaking PS4 games on there.
I know they are.
Evil Within 2 is good.
That's the point. What I'm trying to say is, if Sony were to have its own version of Game Pass, yes, it's going to dominate Xbox's Game Pass because people have more faith in Sony's exclusive library versus Xbox's library.
Okay, you're right.
Like if as soon as they say, "Oh, PlayStation Now works exactly like Game Pass," everybody's getting it. Everyone's getting it. Microsoft started a thing that I don't think they wanted, because even if Nintendo had their own version of Game Pass, it would shit on maybe both systems.
You want to know something funny? You want to know something funny? They kind of do. It's called the NES and the SNES.
Oh, I don't count that because those are like, that's a little.
It doesn't matter. It still counts. Whose mic is that? But yeah, it still counts. They are still. You still get to buy their. All you gotta do is buy their online, and you get access to a bunch of Super Nintendo games.
That's great.
Fuck that.
It doesn't stand to Game Pass where you're getting all the current games plus old ones.
I know.
If Nintendo were to come out and say, "Hey, you know what? you could get Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, and our whole library if you pay X amount a month." People are doing it.
That makes sense.
I think Xbox started something dangerous here. That they would lose. Everybody else stepped into the fray would lose on this front.
Depends. Because Xbox sometimes just releases games on there that just came out literally not even a day before, and they just throw shit on themselves.
I'm saying if everyone else were to hop on that train and do the exact same thing, Xbox is dying. What are they going to do now?
That's on them. I mean, that is true though. If Nintendo started that and it was Sony, I don't know. That's money kind of being lost. I don't know if that would be money lost or money gained.
I think it'd be gained because I feel like a lot of people would hop on the train, and if they merged it with Plus, yeah, it would be golden.
But will Sony do that?
No, that's the unfortunate part. I don't think Sony will go that far, unless they're desperate.
Unless everyone's going to say, "Oh, they're just copying Microsoft now."
Sony don't care if they say that.
Yeah, Sony doesn't care anymore at that point.
No one will care if they say that. Because at this point, hey, you're copying record. Okay. And, like, I don't know. Like, Apple just copied all of Android's shit with the new update. No one cares anymore.
Yeah. But, yeah, you're right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about in the gaming realm? Because we got to go to the WWE realm.
Dang, was that every? I promise there's something we're missing.
I know we would talk about those allegations, but I want to say all the allegations that's been happening. But I got to say that for the next podcast.
Allegations against who?
Everybody, the Smash people, especially Zero.
Oh God, that was unfortunate for me because I actually was enjoying Zero's. What happened had unsubscribe.
Yeah, same here. We got to save that for the next next podcast though. Okay. We literally spent about an hour
on
on this, but
because we know the next section is stupid, and
it's gonna go by really quickly. However, we did leave SmackDown, time to run to the end.
Oh shit! So, yeah, we did. So we can all look at the highlights, but I'm not going to do that because I already know what happened. You want to know what happened on SmackDown? You really want to know? I'll tell you. Watch this.
Nothing.
Oh God damn it! Why did you take the joke?
Biggie push.
Ugh. All right. I was already gonna split the podcast into two, so here we go. Give me a second.